Alright, YouTube, Occult Literature number 56, Dr. Pierce's Dream Book, essentially, what your neighbors say about you. Quack medicine, sort of Victorian era, early 1900s. Dr. Pierce was active from the late 1800s through the early 20th century. He was a quack doctor, and as always, link in the description to my edition of this work off Amazon. Second link to my books blog. There are many other materials available if you're into folkish sort of stuff, as Dr. Pierce's booklet covers. You'll find it there, grimoires, alchemy, literally anything under the sun, ever expanding. I just got done with King James demonology as well, so that'll be pending in the near future. Dr. Pierce's work here is one part then considered modern science, considered more or less mainstream treatment. That is typical Victorian medicine. The use of electricity, the use of certain recipes to try to increase people's body mass, to try to prevent... you gotta realize, back then, most people suffered from not having enough to eat, not having too much to eat, so being a little heavier was considered the pinnacle of health. It was part of the eugenics movement as well. The idea is you got the wide hips and you got the curves. You can give birth to healthier children. You won't waste away. You don't have tuberculosis or something like that. It's one part that, but also one part dream interpretation, which appears to have been more or less randomly thrown into the manuscript. Parts of it are a ripoff of Tussi's late 1800s, 1886 work. Napoleon's Oraculum. Some parts are literally taken verbatim. 1884, sorry. Some parts are copied verbatim from that, others not. So it is its own dream interpretation passage. It's fairly decent in length. It's not as long as that within the Oraculum, but it's longer than the dream interpretation passages in most of these other works that I'm actually editing. So for that alone, it's definitely worth a read. It's also got multiple sort of folkish recipes. It's got tips and tricks like how to keep food from spoiling, how to whiten linens and so forth using, you use alum for this and you use rock salt and lemon juice for that. And it's got various recipes designed to keep people healthy. It also has some of the, you could call it folklore-related, sort of topical first aid. For instance, the idea of the tourniquet and suction method for a snake bite or a mad dog bite. By the way, in no way would I recommend that if someone is bitten by a rabid animal that you should try to suck the poison out of it. I think that's probably about the worst thing for your own health that you could be doing at that point in time. Carbonic acid, yeah, maybe that would help, but probably you shouldn't put your mouth near that wound. In fact, you shouldn't touch it at all. So it's a very interesting booklet. It's really a sign of the times. I kept most of the medical testimonials intact, along with the ads for like the pleasant pellets, the constant haranguing of the reader to try out Dr. Pierce's favorite recipe, Dr. Pierce's pleasant pellets, Dr. Pierce's this and that. I kept all of that intact along with the list of the medicines that he was hawking at the time, because that's sort of the main point. It's an advertising booklet. But mostly the real interest is in the dream interpretation, the recipes, the tips and tricks, some of that material, as well as, again, the folkish sort of, here's how you take care of an injury, here's how you take care of a mad dog bite sort of stuff. Very interesting booklet, definitely worth a read, and I highly recommend it. If you're interested in quack medicine, this is like the most typical possible example that you can get. So again, link in the description to my edition on Amazon, second to my books blog. That's about all. Peace out.